Hi everyone, welcome back. I am TheeMemoryAstrologer, and welcome back to another weekly episode, weekly offering, weekly healing with the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. I hope that you all had a wonderful week. I hope that you all had a wonderful March. This is the last week of March. Actually, this is a transitioning period. So this is our transitioning week between March and April. So here, remember to do your 3 deep cleansing breaths. Remember, it's in through your nose and out your mouth. We're going to use those 3 deep cleansing breaths this week to be open, to be aware, and to be calm. All right, you all. So this weekly message is for the week of March 28th, 2022 to April 3rd, 2022. If this is your very first time on my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Like this video, thumbs up this video, share this video with the people who make you feel nurtured, feel seen, the societies, the groups, the families, those people who make you feel seen emotionally, seen physically, seen on all levels. Share it out with them, share it out with those societies, share it out with those groups. Remember to subscribe to this channel to be able to hear the ringer when the videos go off. It might be a random astrological update might drop. All right, you all, let's be open and be aware. So subscribe. And if you want to join us on the playful platform of Patreon, the link to the Patreon link is in the description box below. But this is not last, but if you all would like to donate, if you all would like to send a love offering, there is my Linktree link in the description box below. And if you would like to schedule a reading, the Linktree link is in the description box below. Okay, everyone? All right, you all, let's get ready for this transitional, this healing message. Remember, this month, we have been working on our throat chakra. Period. We have been working on our throat chakra, so that could be how we are communicating, looking at ourselves and our tones, our dictions, our word choice. Also looking at how people are communicating with us, maybe a lack of communication, or maybe we are just really seeing things for what it is. So when I think of throat chakra, I think of Taurus. And sometimes I see that we can be content in our ways. We can be content in our motives. We can be content in our understandings. And that's okay, because that allows us to be open. That allows us to know what we need to work on. But we had to follow. So let's look at this. Excuse me. The follow card is the Queen of Clubs. And when I think of the Queen of Clubs, I think of a woman who is intuitive, receptive, honorable, but I also see her as a person who knows her worth. Her worth is in mental evaluation. Her worth is in she knows her worth, her energy, her strength. And this week we need to get a level of understanding to our personal worth. How has our worth changed since October? How has our worth changed since last year? How has our worth changed since January? How has our worth changed? And here, we need to think of ways that we can be more honoring and more nurturing of ourselves, of our lineage, of the ideas and the ways that we are engaging with people. But that also means we need to allow the compassion and the duality to come to us. Remember, this is a very mental savvy card. So how can our mentalness, how can our mental and emotions, and how can our understandings of those, just 2 compartments, be intertwined? How can we be more receptive in cooperation with ourselves? Are we not the rulers and the authoritators of our life? And do we not have beautiful and needed ways? Beautiful and needed ways. You feel me? Like, homegirl, she's looking at us, and she also has a flower. So it's giving us the duality. It's letting us know that there is a constant change that is going on. There's a constant upliftment that is going on. And it is best for the way that we are understanding, the way that we are growing, the way that we are comparing our growth and evolution. Our growth and evolution. Put it back in the deck. All right, y'all. So let's get the message of the week. We're going to be evaluated. Is what I'm saying. But then when I said we're going to be evaluated, it just got like a standstill moment. So what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Okay. What are we waiting on? Boom. We have a side step, and the side step we're going to turn over. It's the Four of Diamonds. I thought the master of evaluatings. Fours are very steady, are very moving at a slow pace. And I like the moving at a slow pace because it allows us to get grounded. It allows us to know what we need to work on, to allow us to set a solid foundation. But here we need to actually be evaluating and thinking, you know, are we taking a pause or are we stopping here? And we have to understand that slow movements are not considered stops. They allows us to take rest. It allows us to review data that we need to acknowledge, to decipher, to move through. To acknowledge, to decipher, to move through. Fours are the bridges. We're building. How can we be more defined in our money, defined in our worth, defined. How can we tap into our divine inner light, and how can we continue to grow that out? And here we might be at a standstill about that. And right now we need to look at all the things that encompasses us. What makes us who? What makes us us? That's our family. That's our friends. That's the nurturing that we give to ourselves. That's our security. How can we be more secure in our financial standings? Maybe that means we need to look and print out our receipts and look how much money we spending. But that also could be our resources. Do we have all the resources we need? What resources does one need to give oneself the security? And here the security might be emotional security. Here it might be understanding ourselves and our understandings, the way that we are built up, our lineage, our communities, our environments. And here, this is a time for us to be reflecting, to be able to move forward. But remember, do not get stuck and steady here. Do not get complacent here. Because 4 is allowing you to bridge your own understanding of your own independence, to mold it and to grow it into your awareness of others. The interrelatedness of you and others, the progressiveness of you and others. Back of the deck, 2 of spades. So maybe we might have realized some things, or maybe some things have allowed us the ability to see things, and it might have hurt our feelings. But here, it was allowing you to evolve, you to grow emotionally, receptively, mentally and physically. Your inner strength is the ability to conquer and to transform the obstacles, the hardships, and the lessons, to allow oneself to gain steady footing, to be more open to evaluation, to know better, to do better. What hobbies, what forms of creativity can you tap in that allows you to express yourself? Because that can assist you into growing your love, your worthiness, your confidence within yourself. But it allows you to grow into your awareness to other people, the type of people that you want to have and the type of people that you don't want to have. That means we have to be open to the changes that are around us. That means we have to be open to the changes that we are going through as an individual. These individual changes, deepenings, the uncomfortabilities, they allow oneself to evolve. And that sometimes look like leaving parts of ourselves that no longer service us. That's people, that's jobs, that's values, that's literally like resources, that's things that we had. But it allows us to know that there is a balancing act, an energetic clearing that is happening for us, for our highest good, for the highest good of our path, and for our soul, and for the relationships that we need to have. We can't be out here with people who want to take our stuff. We can't be out here with people who don't want to give to us the way that we need nurturing, security, love, foundation. Like, we don't want that. It's not what's best for us. And we only want what's best for us over here. The changes. This is the changes, my girl. The changes that are coming in mentally. And it might be slow. It might be dodging obstacles. But through this week, the speed is going to pick up. Because this is the end of a period. The conclusion that's coming. But before we can conclude one, we have to be able to reflect, decipher, and to pick and choose what's going with us. We have to be open to allow the growth to change us and to open us up, for allow ourselves to be balanced emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And I see a lot of mental anxiousness, body anxiousness, nerve anxiousness. And I need us to take our time this week. I need us to do deep breaths this week. I need us to take moments of reflection and moments of giving ourselves the needed space and time that we need. Incorporate that into our schedule. Incorporate that. Take it a day at a time and use your energy wisely. The strength after this is going to amaze us, because it's just like every day we go through hard obstacles, but when we look back at it months later, we like, wow, I did that. I went through that. I overcame that. 4 to 2 to 8. It's literally a stepping stone. Yeah, we moved up, but the 2 tells us, let's go back. Let's look at this. What can we use in this situation? What tools can we use in this situation? And the tools that we can use in this situation, we have picked up. We have incorporated them. And now it's the time to balance them, incorporate them, and to honor them. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. All right, you all, we're gonna just do one quick self-care card to go. All right, you all. Self-care for this week. Self-care for this week. Excuse me, guys. Self-care for this week. Listen to your body this week. Listen to your body. I'm thinking drink some teas. Think about the types of foods that you're eating this week. Yeah, think about the types of foods you're eating. Okay, so we got 2 fallouts, so we're going to use those 2 cards. 2 cards that we got fallouts. I love it. Creative art, purr, we already said that. And read, purr, I love it. I love it, I love it. So this week we need to incorporate any form of expression. So maybe this form of expression might be through any art. So if we have any artists in the house, let's get through painting. Let's get through crayons. Let's get through drawing. Let's get through honoring our emotions and our feelings and using them on a piece of paper, using them on a paintbrush, using them on any form of creative expression. So when you look at this beautifulness, this art, this expression, I want you to review it in a couple of months. What does the art say to you? And journal that down and then ask yourself, how can you better relate to this? How can you grow your understanding to this? But also, how has your understanding changed from this month, the month that you drew it, to the months that you're going to review it in the upcoming months? So these are the tools that we are growing and we're grasping and that we're going to use further. And the next side step is read, and it was the opposition. So here we might be really open to being really openly expressive in reading or openly expressive in creating art. And here we need to have a balance, okay? So I want us to really work on balancing our intake in reading, our intake in knowledge, our intake in logic, and then also balance our intake of creative expression, intake of videos, intake of hobbies. So how can we incorporate all 2 of these? Reading, so that's your intake of knowledge, and your creative expression, so your intake in creative art, creative expression. And how can they best assist you at this very week, okay, you all? Remember, you all are wonderful and intelligent, and you all have the tools in your toolbox. The back of the deck is family. Remember, we're asking ourselves this week, how can we give ourselves the emotional security, the emotional nurturing, the emotional nourishment that we need to have to grow ourselves, to be stable evaluators, to be stable mental warriors? And that's looking at how we have previously been giving ourselves nurturing, and where do we learn that from, okay? Be more compassionate to yourself, to others, and to the ones that's in your community, okay? We are all going through things. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And remember, come on the Payful platform of Patreon. I wrote a lot of astrological insights about last week and about the upcoming April 30th Pluto retrograde.